Colin Walker, you already know how we do, baby. I'm back with another fantasy video. Yo, it's week 2 of fantasy, matchup to October 25th to the 31st. Now I'm trying to say, right, let me just talk about my sponsorships right now. This video is brought to you by Art de la Mort, via Tapas. Go over to Tapas and go read your daily dose of Art de la Mort. You already know what it is. Go catch some face from Hawaii and go catch some licks from Sideshow. You know what I mean? You dig? But yo, week 2 in fantasy, my guys. We got the time on that left. We got the time on that right. We got the time on that left, right. Got the time on that left, right. Some people mashed up their enemies, brother. Left, right, got the time on that left, right. Some people mashed up their enemies. Like, when I'm telling you mashed up, I mean like, whew, like some matchups were done like, what, the second week? The second week, some matchups were done in the, not, I'm saying second week. Some matchups were done in the second day, my brother. Like this one right here, London Top Boys versus East Germany Prince Loki. This matchup was done as soon as it begun. It's that simple, brothers. And yeah, it's Sunday night right now, so maybe I'll refresh the thing when it's at 12 and it's like the crossover, and then it will show like the winning record and stuff. But right now Cornelius is 1-1, so he's probably not last place no more in the East, and East Germany is 0-2. It's that simple. And I'm not going to talk about East Germany's team at all because I don't really understand what's going on. But like I told you guys, Cornelius's team last week was just a mock run. You know what I'm trying to say? It was just a mock run. Like, I'm telling you, like, that wasn't that was like a one off. You know what I mean? It's like, how do I explain it? It's like, first match of the season, right? You haven't completed your signings, you know what I mean? Transfer window still starting at midnight. You haven't completed your signings, and then you bring in the one players, and then bang. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this man's team, this went from 0.2 something to 0.4. That's double. Like, all of these stats, I think they increased. All of them increased, right? So for Cornelius' team, it's just like, it's not much. There's not really much to say. You know what I mean? There's not much to say. Like, Steph Curry's playing out of his mind. Like, this is mad. This right here from Cornelius was a great pickup. Beautiful. This right here is superb, right? For me, Trae Young is not even playing at his best yet. That's me, and he's got you 39 assists. I don't think Trae Young's playing at his best. I feel like he can get you this 15-15. He was one away from it. I think he can. And I think he can do you double-digit three-pointers in a week. But the thing with Trae Young is that the Atlanta team is becoming so good that it don't even look like he's trying, right? It don't look like he's trying. And this right here is just, it's crazy. That is just crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I knew that Russell Westbrook's numbers, playing in Lakers or not, was not going to, it's not going to do anything. He may not get you as much triple doubles, but he's still going to get you a triple double, right? So it's like he got you 92 points and this, and then to add that 5 steals, that's all right if he's getting you 6 3-pointers as well. Like, honestly, like, Westbrook is, for me, the only time I'm trading Westbrook is a 2-for-1. And one of the other players has to be a triple double threat too. Otherwise, you can't do it. You can't, because, like, screw the percentages. They're not even that bad. I mean, Duncan Robinson shooting worse than him. D'Angelo shooting worse than him. Curry shot worse than him this week. Gallinari shot worse than him. Bay shot worse than him. Like, when you see Russell Westbrook, like, when it's faced up like this, you realize how much the media has impacted how we view players, because this is 0.488. That's great. That's great. He has shot, in that week, he shot better than every single person but Jonas Valentine. But the media's not going to tell you that. He shot better than Curry from field goal percentage, but the media's not telling you. He was 6 of 11 from free throws. That's awful. Like, that is awful. For a point guard, this is crap, right? But this right here from Westbrook is amazing. And he played 144 minutes. You know what I mean? That's key right there. 144 minutes. So for me, Cornelius is just like, there's no point of even messing with him. And then Jonas Valanciunas, 65 rebounds in a week, 11 assists, 5 blocks, 4 double doubles, 89 points. This right here is untradeable. That's on. You don't touch that. You don't touch that. Like, that is like, he's, if I'm not sure if he will continue with the 65 rebounds, right? Maybe it'll drop down to about 50, the high 40s to 50. But this right here is Rudy Gobert level, man. Is Rudy Gobert. Like, look, like, this is Clint Capella, right? He played 4 matches this week, right? Jonas played 3 and had more minutes, right? But look at there's a big difference. 4-1, 5-6, okay, 3-3. Way more assists, and like, so Jonas is playing out of his mind right now. My thing with Duncan Robinson is like, he got you the 11 3-pointers, 18 rebounds, and 41 points, right? He don't get anything other than the 3-pointers, right? So it's like, you kind of have to have him, because it's like, if he's the type of guy, you drop him, someone's picking him right away, right? The Gallinari, I'm not too sure Cornelius needs him. I feel like he should be looking to drop him. And that's about it. Everyone else had like an okay week, but there's not really much for me to say here. There's not really much. And I don't really want to, because it's just like, a big trade happened, and I'm going to talk about it at the end, which is why I don't really want to talk about this team, because I'm going to talk about the trade at the end. But yeah, how should let me refresh to see if the schedule is going to change and all of that, because it's Monday now. It's 12 a.m. Let me see. Yo, my advice to everyone, never buy a MacBook Air. Don't do it. Okay, it didn't refresh, but... Okay, so Habashir Derek Crow is like, right now he's 1-1, so he's probably not going to be 4th in the West. And Rico, I still don't know his name, but he's 0-2 right now, so he's still last place, right? And my thing with Rico, this is my biggest problem. You only lost 3-6-1, meaning that if you had won one more category, this would have been a draw. Throughout this week, Rico did not consistently put a full lineup out there, right? He only used one acquisition, right? He still has people on his bench that are injured. Like, I'm telling you this, right? Whatever Rico is doing is working, and whatever he's not doing is working against him. Because, like, for someone that didn't actually have a full team, if you're losing like this, I think better days are coming, in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, if you're losing like this without putting a full team out there, I feel like better days are coming. Because if I'm Daniel, right, and this guy's not putting a full team out there every single game day, you should be doing the 9-1. Or all of these numbers should be like, you should have beaten by 100 here. This should not even be this close. This is only 20. You lost in the field goals. Like, the block shouldn't be by 4. You know what I mean? The double, like, okay, you beat, like, I just feel like Rico is just shooting himself inside the foot, man. So it's hard to talk about this team, because it's like, what, the man's grabbing you 49 rebounds. This guy, a small forward's grabbing you 32, and what, you don't even have the decency to give them like a full lineup so that you can compete in the fantasy, my guy. Like, you don't have the decency, and it's like he done the same thing last week against David, not putting out a full thing, and it's like Rico could literally be like 1 win, 1 draw right now. I feel like if he put a full lineup out there, he could have drawn against Daniel. I feel like he could have, and you guys probably like, oh, I'm stretching it, but I don't think I'm stretching it, because it's like him just having to put in like picking up 4 more players, one of them could have got 4 more blocks, and right there is a draw. You know what I mean? And I just, even with the points, picking up someone that could have got points, that could have been like what, 120 more points, and then what? You're either drawing or you won this or you're drawing. You know what I mean? And it's just like the little things is what kills you. Somehow Daniel got Atacumbo, and I'm gonna talk about the end. Right? Dennis Schroeder, I dropped him, right? Because he's alright. In my opinion, he's alright, but he's a bench player. He's still good, right? He's better than the Eric Bledsoe that I picked up, right? But this right here is just disgustingly bad, right? But as you guys can see with Daniel's team, it's lacking the my my what you call it. I need to come up with a name for it. But he don't have the 15-15, right? He don't have the 15-15, right? And he picked up Atacumbo, and I feel like if he had Atacumbo the full week, Atacumbo would have given a 15-15. But right here, no 15-15. Right here, nope. I think he dropped him. Right here, nope. 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 Right here, we really close. Right here, we really close. Garrett Allen is one of the worst centers to have in fantasy. This is awful. And he just, none of this, and he don't gonna give you like, nah, it's just, he's awful, right? And this right here. So like, this week for Daniel, I feel like his team had a bad week. Al Horford was a great pickup. I don't know how we stole him. I feel like Al Horford is gonna be he's gonna be a 15-15 guy for sure. Daniel dropped Porzingis. I don't know why, and then Chris picked him up, and I feel like that's a game changing move in fantasy because Porzingis. I just feel like it's too early in the fantasy to be moving mad like this, right? Graham 11, 11, 16. That's crazy. I can't lie. That's great, right? 14 threes for Desmond, 11 rebounds. That's crazy numbers too, right? But as you guys can see, right? Um, if you haven't yet noticed, right? So I looked at Cornelius' team. Cornelius had a guy grab 65 rebounds. As you guys can see from Daniel's team, the only outstanding stat you can be like, oh dang, is these 14 and 11, right? Other than that, there's nothing else here to really look at. There's nothing else here to really look at. And I feel like his team got worse, right? Okay, 7 blocks, that's impressive, right? But then it's like we need to see his team with Atacumbo. But based off of like his team overall display, like just based off of numbers, not my opinion or anything. Based off of these numbers from this week to last week, his team didn't do as well. Just based off of those numbers, right? But with his new acquisition of Giannis, right, we have to wait till next week to actually see what his team's really, really, really on about, and if his team got more competitive or not. But I'm gonna go in depth later on. Um, Team Fox versus Van City Fox. I don't know why that flowed so well. Team Fox versus Van City Fox. Yo, Charlie's trying to catch my eye. He's trying to, you know what I mean? He's catching my eye. Because I took a look at his team, and brother, Charlie is one Williamson away from being danger. Like, once Zion Williamson comes back, I can no longer slander Charlie. So I'm gonna keep slandering him until until Zion comes back, right? Because when Zion comes back, these rebounding numbers are going up. Block numbers, this is going up for sure. Points is definitely going up, you know what I mean? And still they're going up. Those are for sure categories. He don't really shoot threes, but those are for sure categories, right? But yo, David's coming along. He's coming along. And I feel like, yo, this right here, David picked up Jaylen Brown. My hat's off to David, man. That was a great pickup. That was a great pickup. He had him for, I think he only had him for one game, or a couple of games. But I feel like Jaylen Brown, I feel like in Boston, right now what's going on in Boston is that Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown are basically the 1 and 2 punch in Boston. That's it right now. And the type of ball those guys play, when Jalen's hot, he's getting the rock, if that makes sense. And he gets hot real quick. And he's a defensive guy. He's going to grab you more steals than a Donovan Mitchell. He's going to grab you more blocks than Donovan, more rebounds than Donovan. Not sure about the assists and the three-pointers, but he's going to get you more of the defensive stats, right? So with a 15 and 15 right here, for a center, this is stupid, bro. And hats off to David, man. This was a draft pick. And this is why draft picks are important, man. Hats off. That was a draft pick, right? This right here was I think maybe he drafted him and then picked him up, or he picked him up. But that's great right there, man. That's great. From a team that's barely going to win 10 games this year, he's getting 15 and 15. That's great. And 3 steals, like, that's a lovely pickup, man. That's what I want to see in this fantasy, man. But other than that, bro, Jimmy Butler's he's running like that is stupid, bro. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, 13 steals in a week, and you see what I'm trying to say about this fantasy, man. It's like this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to take away all the biases and this become a numbers guy. And I'm not a numbers person, right? But this is like, I don't even know I'm going to use the right word. So let me just keep my English simple. This is mad. That's a mazza. That's a mazza. You know what I mean? And that is equivalent to 65 rebounds that Jonas Valentine is, in my opinion. Because 13 steals in a week is actually insane. In 4 games is actually insane. Like, that's insane. Like, even 6 blocks is good. Like, that's what I'm saying. The Horford did the 7 blocks, the 14 3-pointers. He only got 11. Daniel had a 14 and 11, right? But this right here, right? He just shy from the 15 and 15. But, like, I just feel like with David's team, it's like, I feel like David should just let his team play for the week. Like, next week, like, if he has, like, a guy, like, he can, use up the acquisitions more, right? Try and use up the acquisitions more. But I feel like his team is settling, and his numbers did improve. I believe so, right? So I feel like he should try and, like, let it settle, right? But one thing I can say just from looking at it from this bird's eye view, the assists aren't really there, right? And that could be an issue, right? But in terms of the defensive stats, I think they're there. They're coming, right? But with Charlie's team, it's like Jokic is this is what I'm saying, bro. This is stupid. This is stupid. Like, Jokic is an idiot. The Kyle Kuzma, man, yo, respect to Charlie, because I slandered Kyle Kuzma, and he's grabbing you 46 rebounds, man. 5 steals and 3 blocks. That's crazy. Like, respect to you for keeping him, man. Because it's like, yeah, I'm doing these videos and I'm chatting, right? But it's like, you also have to make decisions and, like, be headstrong about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, I feel like Zach LaVine, I feel like Chicago Bulls ain't even playing basketball yet, man. I feel like those guys are just not playing. I feel like they still doing practice. Because for a team to just assemble this summer and they're starting off that hot, that means that there's still more to come. And I feel like it's weird. They're a very off defensive team, but you'll be surprised at the defensive, because the players that they have is like Vukovic he's a solid guy, but you won't, like, first team or defense, I don't think he's in the conversation. Like, Zach LaVine's a known scorer, DeMar is more of his offense, right? But I just feel like those guys are doing some stupid stuff in Chicago, man. And Precious, I feel like he needs to get dropped. Fournier, he's doing good. 11 3-pointers, you gotta keep him. Markkinen, I don't know about this, but if he's getting you 6 steals and 3, you might have to keep him. But I don't know about this brother Charlie. But and then look at this, poor George. He's trying to say 13 steals, bro. Poor George, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't, like, that's beautiful right there, right? But like I'm saying, Charlie's only got this right here, and it's hard to judge someone's team when I feel like Jokic and Zion are his like core pieces. So with until Zion comes back, it's hard to really understand Charlie's team. If I'm being quite honest with you, because star players make a big difference in this, right? So it's hard to really judge his team, right? But if I'm David, I'm keeping an eye on Stewart, man, because like I don't think this should be a zero, man. And I feel like seven's double doubles for the week is really low, and it's scary because when you start playing the big boys, now trying to say you are not gonna win with seven. I'll tell you that. But yo, London is red, third in the West. Now he's gonna be 1-1, so he's probably gonna move to second in the West. Versus Matthew in the East, he was number one, second in the East. He's now 1-1, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, right? This matchup right here, when I get towards to the end of the video, is why you shouldn't just look at your matchup, right? Because right here you're like, yo, Matthew got his ass whooped, right? But he didn't get his ass whooped, man. He just played against someone's team that is just like, that's what my first videos I told you guys that there's levels in his fantasies that you guys you ain't seen it, but I seen it, bro. I seen it. And Matthew's team is stupid, man. His team is stupid, right? And this don't tell the full picture, but like, he got beat, but this is only 4 right here. This is only 2 right here. This is a big margin, right? But this is only 7 points. You know what I'm trying to say? That's 3 categories that just went bang. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not disrespecting Chris, right? I told you guys Chris's team is stupid. Last week, he messed up. He messed it up himself. It was managerial and he knew it, right? He fixed that. But 0 acquisitions, man. Last week, Matthew had 5 out of the 5 and he won. He put up an upset on Cornelius, in my opinion. But this week, he only had 0. And I feel like that played a big factor, man, because it's important to use those acquisitions, man. It is. And Chris used up 5, right? But, like, Chris's team, like, Damian Lillard is playing crap, right? But he's doing this. Like, it don't make no sense, my guys. It don't, right? And it's like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys about the levels in team, right? When I was saying I'm concerned about Daniel's team and they kind of fell off, but I need to wait until I see what Artakumo does. Because look, 14, 13, 11, 11, 12, 11. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys about the levels, but it's like, it's almost like I'm chatting. 11 blocks from one guy. The rest of these guys don't need to do anything, my guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Miles Turner done the blocks for the week for the team. He said, yo, my fantasy guys, I got you this week. That's what he said, bro. That's what he said, bro. Okay, Chris ain't got no one that grabbed him 65 rebounds, but guess what? Guess what, guys? I got 42 from Sabonis, 41 from Bam, 37 from Christian Wood. Bang. Simple. And then you got this foolish... I don't know why I told Chris to pick up Cole Anthony. I should have took him for myself. But this is stupid right here. That is stupid, bro. That is stupid, right? And this right here is also stupid as well. And then if he's giving you 5 steals and 4 blocks as well, that's maniac-crick. That's maniac-crick, man. He dropped Precious, but like Gordon Hayward, like this team is stupid, bro. Like, this is absolutely dumb. 9 steals from, like, it's stupid. This team is stupid, man. And I keep telling you guys, right? I don't think anyone should want to play this guy's team. Especially with the schedule next week, you don't want to play this guy's team because it's just a team that doesn't make sense. Because when you're having, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people shoot 10, 10 plus 3 pointers in a week. Explain how you're even gonna beat him on points, let alone 3 pointers made. Explain that, my guy. Like, it don't make sense, right? And it's just like, this is why the draft is important, my guys. This is why it's important. So you can have something like this, bro. But like, Matthew is like, yo, I gave him I made a trade with Matthew, gave him um what's his name? Miles Bridges for Lonzo, right? And I'm gonna go in depth with it, right? But yo, have you? I just want to know: has anyone watched Houston Rockets play basketball? Cause that team is awful, man. Those guys are awful. They're rubbish, right? They absolutely rubbish. And I just feel like with Matthew's team, I just feel like he needs to use his acquisitions, right? Steph Curry, for me, I don't think he's a good pickup, right? I don't think he's a good pickup, right? But I just feel like Matthew needs to use acquisitions, and his team, like maybe in a season they will mature more, but it's hard right now to find guys to pick up. It's really hard to find guys to pick up, and you got because there's not really much guys to pick up, so you kind of just gotta wait for that one guy that's gonna go on a run and snatch him real quick. But here I am. I played. This was the first and the second in the West. I'm 2-0 now. Larry's 1-1. 6-3-1. You know what I'm trying to say? Some light, but Larry's team is strong, man. Larry's team is strong. Larry's team is strong. I gotta give it to him. His team is strong, but like I was telling you guys, like with all due respect, there's levels in this fantasy, and it's just like Larry didn't. He only used one. I used two, but it's like I feel like Larry kind of threw in the towel this week, man. I don't know why, but the biggest thing I'm gonna tell Larry, right? Don't trade this guy, man. Do not trade this guy. Like as much as like we like to play, don't trade him, man. There's no one like James. It's like James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, and this bum right here, and also this bum, and this bum, right, and this bum, or this bum too. Those are the guys that do that stupid stuff, right? So don't trade that, man, cause you ain't gonna find this, man. I remember, yo, Larry. Remember last year when you made that trade for James Harden? Your team fell apart, bro. Your team fell apart. So keep hold of him, right? But Larry's team, I don't know, man. Like this right here is great numbers, man. It's great. This right here is great. I feel like John Morant kind of fell off this week. He went back to human. Ricky Rubio is a great pickup. As long as he keeps doing that, keep him, my guy. RJ Barrett, I just feel like he's too inconsistent for me. Like he's up and down, but if he's doing this, Ingram is great, man. But with Larry, it's like you're gonna have to figure something out, my guy. You're gonna have to figure something out. You're gonna have to take a risk, bro. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to. I'm sorry, bro, because like this matchup, like you know it too, bro. It wasn't really too competitive. So it's either you let your team sit for the week and like see Wagwan, or you make a decision, bro. But it's still only week 2, but I don't know. But with my team, like, yo, hats off. I got Terry Rozier. He came back this week, man. Welcome back. You know what I'm trying to say? To Terry Rozier, you know what I'm trying to say? Let's get to business, my guy. Yo, I picked up Caruso, man, and Daniel picked him up, and I want my Caruso back. But yo, LaMelo Ball, my guy, is like, I'm just gonna be making it known. Next year, he's my first round first pick. He's my first pick. He's my first pick, bro. Yo, Doncic baby, bro. La Viva La Dita. Like Doncic is my guy, bro. Like you don't like this stuff. Like 2 double doubles, 3 blocks, 5 steals. Like Mount. Like I'm gonna get into the trade in a bit, but yo, LaMelo's also great, right? LaMelo's great. I love LaMelo too, right? He's always like 1 assist or 1 rebound shy from a double double, but like Julius Randle, like I feel like New York Knicks are just beating teams up, so he didn't really produce the numbers this week, but he still played great because his team got the victories, right? And Dorian Finney-Smith, man, this is actually a really good pickup. Now that I look at it, like 4 blocks and 5 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe is rubbish, man. Like he got me 6 steals, but he's rubbish, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this, man. DeJounte Murray, bro, I loved him from the minute I met him, bro. And then Draymond Green, he's off his minutes restrictions, right? So he already knows what his assignment is for my team. And but yeah, like I'm loving my team right now. Like this is insane. This is dude. He finally got me my blocks. He finally got the 9 blocks. He finally like with blocks it takes time to warm up, but like Rudy finally did it. I want to show you guys the standings, but the thing is like it's 12, right? So it hasn't really updated or refreshed, right? But basically, I'm gonna paint the picture for you guys. I'm number one. Chris is number two, tied with Larry and Daniel, right? Wow. Rico is 0-2. Up here, um, David moves to 2-0. Matthew 1-1. Um, Charlie 1-1. Glory's bottom with 0-2. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's right about that simple, right? So with week two, right? Week two, I wanted to show you guys like next week I'll do this, but I got the worst headache, man. Like absolutely bad. But I wanted to put like plus and minus, like who's gone up and who's gone down, right? But with this week, man, my top three teams were London is red because Chris killed it, man. I can't lie. Like his team went monster this week, and 94 3 pointers made in the second week. Like all of these, I think are team highs compared to last week, right? My team stayed consistent. We got the was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We added one more to the purple. You know what I'm trying to say? We stayed strong, man, and I'm super proud. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm sticking to the plan. I'm sticking to the plan, and that's the key. And Matthew's team was third, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His team was third, bro. And you guys are like, how the flip was Matthew's team third when he got beat like that? And I'm telling you guys, like the weekly matchups, right? They only paint the little picture inside the big frame, my guys. Like his team is solid. His team, I think, beats everyone else's team, man. It's just he played against Chris's team, and I told you guys Chris's team is stupid from the jump, right? But like Matthew, next week you gotta keep up those acquisitions, man. Like because that's what I feel like that was the big difference between you and the first week and the second week. But it's like you done these numbers without doing the acquisitions, right? So I just feel like you do add that to next week. It's still there. My bottom three teams are East Germany, Prince Loki, and it's just like I don't really know what to say because I don't really know what's going on. And then I put Charlie there because it's like his team improved, but like I said, I want Zion to come back so I can actually understand his team. Because I understand his team, but Zion needs to be there so that we can all see how strong it is. Because right now we can't really judge Charlie's team because Kyrie hasn't played, Clay hasn't played, Zion hasn't played, Cade Cunningham's just come back. So until those pieces fully are back, then we can start really talking about Charlie's team. And Rico, I just need to know if you're serious or not, brother. That's it. That's it. Cause I feel like you're losing matchups you shouldn't be losing, bro. But that's it. That's all I'm saying about Rico, man. That's it, bro. And then Larry's team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's the silver. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Larry's team. I think he was top 3/top 4 last year, right? Last week, right? I don't think his team did bad this week. His team didn't do bad this week. Like he tied everyone with the double doubles, 24 blocks. He was in the middle, right? assist, he was like in the middle. Like his team didn't do bad. He actually didn't do bad. They were solid. He would have beat a lot of other people. Daniel's team, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I want to see what Giannis is gonna do because last week his team made I think top three, top four, and then this week, I don't know. Maybe the Habishas they've been eating too much injera and they gained some weight and they lost their performance, but these numbers are not telling. They're not telling, but I don't want to read too much into it because LeBron James was out for a bit. Then he made the trade, so it's like it's hard to really get a full scope. But trades of the week, I put the Garrett Allen and LeBron for Giannis, right? And I'm gonna say this right. I'm gonna be transparent as it gets, bro. When the season is done and Daniel and Glory lose, you are both paying your buy-in, bro. You're both paying the buy-in because this trade right here is not even a trade. It's a scam. It's a scam because there's no way you're trading Garrett Allen and LeBron for Giannis. It don't make sense in fantasy. That trade doesn't make sense in fantasy, bro. Like Glory could have taken LeBron and anyone else that's on Daniel's team. Like let's look at Daniel's team and let's find other people that he could have another guy for Garrett Allen because that trade is like it's a dangerous trade because it's like if you're doing that trade in like a public league and people know that you're brothers, they're gonna start thinking that these guys trying to cheat, and then they're gonna start forming alliances and bang, it could ruin the whole thing, right? But like you could have done. Like I understand why you asked for Jared Allen because there's not really much anyone here, right? But even taking DeMar DeRozan is better, man, than Jared Allen. Taking the Harrison Barnes is better than the Jared Allen. Like I just feel like that trade is like I don't understand how Glory thought he won that trade. I don't understand how he thinks he won the trade. I can get in the perspective that LeBron James has been shooting really nice threes. You get double doubles from Allen, right? But Giannis is a triple double threat, meaning that he's getting triple double one, double double category one as well, and he's a guy that grabs 10 rebounds, 11, 12, and gets blocks. So it's like in one night, Giannis can basically grabs the same rebounds that Allen and LeBron James grabs. In one night, he gets the same points as both of them. You know what I'm trying to say? In one night, he gets the same blocks and steals as both of them. That's what I'm saying. This trade is awful. And it's awful because it's just like, it seems like a scam. It seems like they had a family meeting and then bang, bruv. I just don't understand this trade. And it's like, bro, like, that's my opinion, bro. I just feel like this is a scam, and I just feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't really understand. Glory hasn't talked at all in the chat, so I don't really understand where his head is at and like what he's actually really doing, or he has another fantasy that he's more focused on. But it's like, even if you do, right, like, I don't know how like we think that this is a good trade. I really don't, bro. Because that's like Larry trading James Harden for Garrett Allen and LeBron. The value just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up at all. And then Bridges for Lonzo, right? Everyone thinks that I'm trying to trade Miles Bridges because I feel like he's going to fall off, but that's wrong. Miles Bridges, I never wanted him. I received him from a trade from Rico, right? So Miles Bridges is not a part of my plan. Lonzo has always been a part of my plan, meaning that if something's not a part of my plan, I don't want it. You know what I mean? And that's the purpose of fantasy. If you have a plan, if you have something, follow that plan. And don't let anything derive you from that plan. Meaning, if you acquire a player in a trade that ain't a part of your plan, no matter how good he is doing, you gotta let that go to follow your plan. And that's what I'm doing. I believe in my plan, and I'm following my plan. That's why I got Lonzo. I didn't pick up Lonzo or trade Bridges because I think he's gonna fall off. I don't think he's personally gonna fall off. I feel like at worst he's gonna get what 22 points and 9, 10 rebounds and what 3 pointers a game, and to me that's great numbers, right? So I'm not a scam artist, bro. So like that's it. But like that's all for this week, man. I just feel like next week, man. Let's look up next week's matchups, man. How do I see that? Oh my, why am I still a fob at this thing, brother? Schedule. Let's look at next week's matchups, man. So next week we got Habisha Derek Rose versus Van City Fox. Daniel should win, but I'm giving Charlie the win in this, man. K Cunningham's back. You got Jokic playing 4 games. I feel like Charlie's gonna beat him, bro, and that's gonna be the eye up waking up. Matthew's gonna dismantle East Germany Prince low key. And right here is the Walker Derby, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Walker Derby, and this one is gonna be disgusting, man. I honestly do not know. I don't know, cause I was looking at our numbers, and it's all too tight, man. It's all too tight. But I'm gonna tell you guys this right here. It's gonna come down to who picks up the right acquisitions, like who uses the right acquisitions in this matchup. That's my opinion. I feel like that's what's gonna be the make or break, and I feel like this week is gonna be intense. I feel like Cornelius takes David, but I feel like it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight, and I feel like this matchup too comes down to acquisitions, but also Dave. I want to see David's assist numbers and rebounds numbers go up, because if they don't go up, I don't think he can beat Cornelius if Cornelius had if he's gonna have another surplus week. And Larry takes Rico, and I just feel like Larry can relax this week, man. See what your team needs. You don't need to be moving just jet. And then Rico, like, bro, get some momentum in this thing, man. But it's King Colin Walker. You know how we do, baby.